Your body is lying still, but your mind is still going. Your body feels ready to stop, but your mind doesn't feel done. Something inside keeps moving, not loud enough to wake you all the way up, not quiet enough to let you drift. So you lie there, waiting for your mind to settle, waiting for it to finally go blank, waiting for the inside to match the outside. Your body is calm. Your eyes may already be closed. The room may already be quiet. Nothing may be asking you to move. But inside, the thinking hasn't shut down. And the more you notice it, the more awake it can start to feel. Like you're checking your own mind from the inside. Checking if it feels calmer yet. Checking if sleep feels any closer. Checking if the thoughts are finally slowing down. And then the same thought comes back. My body is still, but my mind is still going. So you stay quiet on the outside, active on the inside, tired, but still switched on, almost resting, but not trusting it yet. Because part of you is still waiting for perfect quiet. As if rest can only begin after thinking stops. But this doesn't need to be solved tonight. Your body doesn't need your mind's permission to rest. And you don't have to wait for your mind to go quiet first. This can be enough for now. Not perfect sleep. Not perfect quiet. Just your body lying here, even while your mind keeps moving. You don't have to make it stop. You don't have to prove you're calm. There's nothing to get right here. The thoughts may still be running. They may keep showing up, one after another. The same thought starting again. And you're still here. Just lying here like this. Body quiet. Mind not fully quiet. And that doesn't have to mean anything. It doesn't mean sleep is far away. It doesn't mean you're doing this wrong. It doesn't mean you have to try harder. Sleep doesn't have to happen right away. You don't have to fall asleep on command. Being here like this is enough for now. There's no deadline inside this moment. No test to pass. No switch you have to find. No need to make the mind match the body. The body can be still first. The mind can take longer. It doesn't have to settle all at once. This moment is just this moment. Not a problem to fix. not proof that sleep is out of reach, not a sign that you failed. It's just this part of the night. Your body here, your mind still moving, and nothing else needing to happen yet. The thought can come back again. My body is still, but my mind is still going. And even that can be left alone. It doesn't need an answer. It doesn't need a plan. It doesn't need to be pushed away. You're not behind. You're not doing this wrong. You're not required to feel different yet. Just lying here is still allowed. Awake inside is still allowed. Partial rest is still rest beginning. Nothing has to change quickly. Nothing has to be forced tonight. The mind can still be here, and the body can still rest. And both can be true. The mind may still be moving, and the body may still be lying here, not needing to match the mind, not needing to catch up. There may be some weight here now, the quiet weight of the body, the bed holding it without effort. Nothing in the body has to answer. Nothing has to be organized first. Your body is already placed, already down, already touching the bed. And the mind may still talk. It may still move around. But the body is not talking back. It's here in a simpler way. Quiet outside. Awake somewhere inside. And still supported. The support is already happening. Under the back. Under the shoulders. Under the whole weight of you. You don't have to hold yourself up. The bed is doing that part. The body can feel heavy. Or only a little heavy. It doesn't have to feel exact. It can feel warm or neutral or barely noticed at all. Still, it's here, still lying in one place, still allowed to rest first. The mind may be somewhere ahead, moving through small, unfinished things, checking if quiet has come yet. But the body stays here, on the mattress, in the dark, without needing a decision, breathing is already moving somewhere, not as something to control, just a small motion in the body, rising a little, falling a little, happening without being solved. The chest may move softly. The body may shift slightly, or stay exactly where it is. Either way is fine here. This moment is not asking much. The body doesn't need a plan. It doesn't need the mind quiet. It doesn't need perfect stillness. Only this contact, this weight, this simple being here. The mind can pass through again. The same line may return. My body is still, but my mind is still going. And the body stays here anyway. Not arguing with it. Not waiting for permission. Not needing the thought to finish. The body has its own pace, slower than the mind, less interested in everything, more connected to the bed, more here in the room, not doing anything special, just less involved. There may be heaviness in some places, and lightness in others. Parts that feel settled, parts that still feel awake. The body can include all of that. It doesn't have to become one thing. It doesn't have to feel complete. There's room for uneven rest. Room for a tired body. Room for an active mind. Room for this exact version of tonight. And the body remains simple. Weight on the bed. Breath moving by itself. Warmth, or stillness, or neutral contact. No need to name it. No need to follow it perfectly. Just the body being here. The mind still somewhere nearby. But not holding the whole moment. Not the only thing present. This quiet body beneath the thinking. Beneath the thinking, and then it comes back. Not all of it, just a part of it. The mind starts again somewhere. My body is still, but my mind is still. And then the body is here again. The bed underneath, the room around you, and that thought is nearby. Not gone, just not right here. It starts to form again. The same old line, the same checking feeling. But it doesn't stay in one piece. One part shows up, then another part, then the body again. Heavy in the bed, quiet on the outside, something still moving inside, but less together now. My body is still, my mind is somewhere else for a moment, then back to the mattress, back to the weight, back to being here. The thought tries to continue, but the next part is softer, less clear around the edges, not as close as before. Still there, but not filling everything. The body stays underneath it. The breathing moves by itself. The bed stays still, and the mind touches the thought again. Just the beginning, just the feeling of it. Then, not much more. It changes shape before it finishes. A line, a small pressure, a half sentence inside. My body is still, but my mind. And then the quiet outside again. The dark room. The simple contact. The body not answering. That part comes back. That feeling of still being awake underneath. The sense of still being switched on. But it's thinner now. Not weaker exactly. Just less central. Less like the whole night. More like something passing through. And the body remains, resting before agreement, resting before quiet, resting before the mind catches up. The thought returns from the side, not straight on, not fully held. Just there for a second. Body still. Mind still going. Maybe only partly. Then the next part slips. The mind reaches for it, but lands somewhere simpler. the pillow, the blanket, the weight of being down. The thought is still around, but not arranged clearly. Not one complete thing. More like pieces. That line, that feeling, that small inner pressure, then the body underneath again, still not needing anything from it, still here in the bed, still resting in parts. The mind can circle near it, but the circle opens. It doesn't close the same way. The start is there, then the middle is missing. Then another small thought appears, unrelated for a moment, then back again. My body is still. My mind is still going. But the line feels farther away, like it isn't held tightly, like it's somewhere near sleep, not inside the center, not taking up the whole room. The body is closer now. The bed is closer. The quiet feels closer. And the thought is still there. Just not first. Not always first. Sometimes only a piece of it. Sometimes only the feeling after it. The sense of being awake. The sense of waiting. The sense of not shutting down. Then a gap. Then the body again. Not doing much. Not solving much. Only lying here. And something tries to restart. Body still. Mind still. Then not enough words. Just the shape of it. Just that part. Whatever that was. And the room stays quiet. The body stays low. The thought stays nearby. Not gone. Not close enough to hold. The mind touches it again. Then touches something else. A sound outside. The blanket. A little warmth. The same thought waiting somewhere. But waiting farther back. Not right in front. Not sharp in the same way. My body is still. And my mind. still moving somewhere, but not all here, not all at once. Some of it passes, some of it stays unfinished, some of it loses its place, and the body doesn't follow. It stays with the bed. It stays with the weight. It stays with this quiet, even while the mind returns. Again, but smaller. Again, but sideways. Again, but not complete. The line almost forms. My body is still. My mind is. And then the mattress. Then the breath moving. Then the dark. Then almost nothing to answer. The thought comes back again, but not as one thing, not as a full sentence, not close enough to keep running. There's still a trace, still that awake feeling, still little movement inside. But the body is here too. More here than before. Not trying. Not pushing anything away. Just present underneath it. The thought begins again, then loses the next step. Returns as a feeling, then as a word, then not much. Body still, mind somewhere. The bed closer. The thought farther back. Still there, but not holding together. And even there, it feels different now. Still somewhere in the mind. Still able to return, but not carrying the same pull. The thought can be there, without taking up the whole room, without making everything tighten around it. It comes back quietly, body still, mind still going, but it doesn't press as hard. It doesn't sit right in front. It's somewhere nearby, somewhere off to the side, and the body is still here, not reacting much, not needing to catch up. The mind may keep moving, but movement is not urgency. A thought is not a command. A thought is not a task. It can pass through unfinished and still be left alone. My body is still. My mind is still going. And that line can stay there without needing an answer, without needing more attention, without becoming the whole night again. The feeling around it is quieter, not gone, just not pulling so much, not asking to be followed, not asking to be fixed. The body can stay low. The bed can stay steady. The room can stay simple. And the mind can move there, somewhere in the background, not sharp enough to lead, not heavy enough to hold everything. The thought returns again, but it lands differently. It doesn't demand the same response. It doesn't need the same effort. There's less to do with it, less to carry right now, less to keep alive. Body still, mind moving, and the night still holding both. The thought can wait. The next part can wait. The need to understand can wait. Not because it's solved, not because it's gone, because it's not right here, not in the same way, not holding the center. The mind may still feel awake, awake under the surface, active in small places. But activity can be quiet. It can move without leading. It can continue without needing you. My body is still. My mind is still going. And still, the body rests. Still, the bed is here. Still, nothing has to answer. The thought is less important to hold. Not something to chase all the way. Not something to turn into proof. Not something to start over from. It can be a small thing now. Only a small movement. Only a small return. Only that familiar line. And then the body. And then the quiet. And then no clear next step. The pull is weaker here. The pressure has less to hold. The mind can stay awake somewhere without making the body wait, without making the night start over, without needing to check again. There's nothing urgent in this line, nothing that must be finished, nothing that must be followed. It's only the mind moving, only some inner motion, only the trace of being awake. My body is still, but my mind, and even that is enough. Not enough to become a problem, not enough to take over, just enough to be there, somewhere behind the body, somewhere behind the quiet, not asking to come forward. The thought can still appear, and it may feel familiar, that old checking feeling, that sense of still being on, that small inner alertness. But it doesn't pull everything forward. It doesn't have to matter much. It can stay half-formed. It can stay unfinished. It can stay where it is. And the body stays where it is. Lower than the thought, slower than the thought, less involved with the thought, not needing the mind to agree, not needing the feeling to change, not needing sleep to arrive yet. Just here. Just this. Just the body and the bed. Then a thought comes back. My body is still. My mind is still going. And the words sit farther back. They don't need to open. They don't need to continue. They don't need to be believed. There's less charge around them. Less reason to reach toward them. Less need to keep them close. The mind can move softly there, somewhere off to the side, while the body stays plain, warm or neutral, heavy or only resting, held without effort. The thought is still possible, but it's easier to leave. easier not to follow, easier not to answer. It can remain unfinished. It can remain background. It can remain small. And the night doesn't change. The room doesn't ask. The bed doesn't ask. The body doesn't ask. The thought comes lightly, then stays where it is, not close enough to pull, not heavy enough to hold, not clear enough to follow. Body still, mind somewhere, the thought still there, but asking for nothing. Asking for nothing. Less to answer. Less to follow. Less to hold. The thought still somewhere, but softer now. The body still here. The bed still here. Nothing needing to happen. Nothing needing to change. Just less to carry. Less to solve. Less to keep close. The mind can move, and the body can rest. Still resting. Still here. Softer now. Quieter now. Less to notice. Less to name. Less to follow. The thought farther back. The body closer. The bed closer. The quiet closer. Nothing to fix. Nothing to prove. Nothing to finish. Just resting here. Softening. Settling. Easing. Less now. less to hold, less to think, less to do. The body resting, the mind somewhere, the thought lighter, not asking, not pulling, not much now. Softer, quieter, slower, resting, less to follow, less to hold, nothing needed. Just here. Just this. Body resting. Mind softer. Thought farther. Quiet closer. Less now. Softer. Slower. Resting. Less. Soft. Quiet. Resting. Nothing to answer. Nothing to follow. Almost nothing to hold. Softer now. Quieter now. Less now. Resting. Soft. Quiet. Less. Farther. Softer. Resting. Quiet. less, soft, slower, resting, quiet, less, soft, farther, quiet, resting, softer, less, slow, quiet, resting, soft,